Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on to my people out there, my good people in the world? Just want to conversate with y'all and give y'all a little history on where I come from. It's your boy DaAge, aka Age One, aka the Bull Caution from Glistout Entertainment, fresh out of 23rd and Diamond Street. Growing up, Raymond Rosen Projects. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit of how things went down and how it became and how it ended, you know. But and I just want to explain to y'all, you know, the outcome of it all. You know, right now I'm still doing my thing for as rap, you know, as DaAge. You know, DaAge stands for DaAge. We living with an age. Everybody have an age. Rather you 1 to 100. You know, you living with an age. So that's what DaAge came from. You know what I'm saying? I'm DaAge. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm alive. I have an age. And Age One came from that it was Age One before DaAge. Because it came from coming from the bottom. You know what I mean? That's where I came from, Age One, starting from the bottom and all that. But I changed it to DaAge because I just want to end it off on that category. It sound more basically simple. You know what I'm saying? More something that, you know, you can catch much more catchy basically. But either so, getting back to the story, you know, that I want everybody to understand is that we come from 23rd and Diamond Street. My boy Rona come from Johnson Home. Chase is from Southwest. Driz from Richard Island Projects, JK from Abbotsford Projects. Bugs is representing, you know, Logan and Southwest as well, West Philly. Yeah, more likely West Philly. You know, he all over, always getting money and all. I've been getting money for years. Shout out to Bugs. I always had a following, you know, when I was in Gratz, when I was at Fitzsimons. It was a lot of people behind me with my music. I was very important in the hood when it came to rap music. I was actually one of the hottest. I was the hottest in my hood. Real shit. I ain't lying to you. I lie on you before I lie to you. Word up. And Casper recognized that. DJ Casper, shout out to DJ Casper. He's with Dark Child right now. Damn near 10-time Grammy winner. Award winner for all the celebrities that you watch every day. Casper is with him and DJing with him to this day right now, doing great, having a great career with himself. So shout out to you, DJ Casper, man. You're doing your motherfucking thing, and I love it. Thank God. And he recognized me. DJ Casper recognized me. He was popping back in the day. When it came to dances, you know, I didn't even come out the house by then. I was still in the house listening to, you know, the Power 99 and all that, 103.9 and all that. That's when 103.9 was popping, 99 was popping and all that. DJ Caps was on the radio for dances. So, however, making a long story short, he recognized my talent. He pulled me in, and he was like, you know what? I want you to, you know, I want to put you on. I want to do some things with you. You know what I'm saying? And DJ Casper, you know, put me in the studio and, you know, had me, Chase, because Chase was his nephew. Chase is Casper's nephew. And Chase was always popping in the hood too, you know what I mean? Real good person, and as a person alone, real good dude, real positive brother, but ain't sweet. He'll go in on you if you test him. You know what I'm saying? That's what all the brothers that I'm about to talk about. And so we all linked up, and I didn't even know that they heard Driz and JK, cause I heard Driz and JK. They moved down Diamond from Richard Island and from Abbotsford. You know, Driz and JK is cousins. Same mother, you know, moms and sisters type of shit. And I heard them rap. They was nice. They was hot. You know, we would go back and forth with ciphers and stuff like that, and we'd all be spilling that fire. And they already heard them, and I come back. I don't know where I was at, but I remember coming back, and they like, yo, Driz and JK, they down with the group. Y'all about to form a group. So they told me, and they're like, yo, Glistout. And Danny Diamonds was from the hood. You know, Danny Diamonds was known for, you know, making moves, making serious moves. I'm talking about getting big lump sums of cash. That's all I'm going to say. He was known for making big lump sums of cash. Rest in peace, Danny Diamonds. You know what I'm saying? But, however, he recognized who I am also. besides Casper. And Danny Diamonds wanted to make some moves with me. So Casper was introduced to Rona. Man, Rona always got money selling candy for Amos and shit back in the day. You know what I mean? We used to make money too, like $1.50. We was like 14, 15 years old, 14, maybe 13, 14, 15. Selling candy and shit all over the city for Aim and shit. Aim used to have us selling candy $2 a pop. And we made a lot of money, man. I'm talking about we was coming to school with new Jordans on, new leather jackets and all that fresh shit. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for ourselves, you know what I mean? Trying to do what's righteous instead of, make stupid moves and shit like that. However, I had my boy Nato across the street. Nato, he used to come across the street. That's when he first moved around there. He from East Falls. So I was 16 when I moved from Edgeley Street onto Diamond, from the projects into the new houses that they build. So when I did that, man, Nato became the best of friends because he was real funny. Real funny boy, man. I'm talking about had me dying. Every like he was just crazy. Wild boy. And however, he knew Casper also due to the fact that they was neighbors as well, living, a few doors down from each other and shit. And I introduced Rona to Casper. Casper liked the way Rona spit. They became close. You know what I'm saying? And we collaborated from there, and when we collaborated from there, we formed a group. However, Danny Diamonds already knew who I was from rapping in the hood and having my little, background, having my, following around the neighborhood in general. So he already heard about me. I'm talking about little Whitey was riding around playing our tape and all that shit. You know what I mean? That's how serious it was getting. He's the popular John Gotti around the motherfucking hood. Rest in peace to Whitey. But, we had some serious people looking into us. So, Danny Diamonds, put us together. We made moves. We made our first song called Glistout. Glistout, baby. Glistout. You know what I mean? We put that shit in. And after we got finished doing that, Danny Diamonds linked up with us. We all had a meeting together. And, the meeting that we had was to the point to where as though we had even my man G-Ball in it. You know what I mean? My man G-Ball's from Logan. So we had G-Ball in it. And G-Ball, was going through a lot of legal issues. So, he couldn't continue with the group because he was going through some personal shit, legal issues with the law and all this extra, However, we had a 5-man group. Bugs wasn't the rapper. He was more of the money man. He always got money. My man out here on his bike. I'm ready to pull my shit up. Bugs was the money man, but he always, supported us, stayed with us. And Casper got us into the clubs. So, however, we used to go to the clubs. And we started out because we used to carry crates for Casper. We did not like doing that shit, man. It's something how when you come up, you start thinking too big to as though you don't realize that. You realize it when you get older, but when you're young, you just want to be the shit. You want to be the man. You don't want to do that extra shit, but we got to realize Casper was getting us in free. He was getting us in the clubs free, and all we had to do was carry the crates. To this day, I don't think shit wrong with carrying crates, whether you're a rapper or not. That's your man's, and he's the DJ. Carry the crates in the motherfucker. We ain't think that way when we was young. We was a little arrogant. We was feeling ourselves. So we just wanted to walk in the club for free. However, Casper got our songs played in the motherfucking clubs. Danny Diamonds and Casper start working together. They got us motherfucker. They got us into the clubs for free. They got us on the radio stations. You know what I mean? They got posters put up. Well, Bugs got the posters put up. He got the posters, I believe, printed out. So we start putting posters up. Then Bugs got the shirts done. I remember that. Bugs getting shirts done. Glistout traveled different places. We ain't go to real crazy far places like California and Florida and all that. We didn't do none of that. But we did travel to Ohio. We went to Delaware, Virginia. We went New York a lot. We was always over there. We was always in Ohio, though. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? DC. We was traveling different places, grinding, doing shows, selling our music. We was performing downtown. A lot of people in the neighborhood, we start selling our CDs in school. We start selling our CDs around the neighborhood, and people was it just spread it. The word spread it, and next thing you know, there we go. It was Glistout Entertainment. People was playing our shit, riding by in the cars. You know, we went to Felony Studios. Felony Studios let us record over there, and we had a joint on a mixtape. I forgot what the name of the song. I think it was called Glistout Entertainment, some other shit. But I remember my rhyme and shit. I was like, this the same nigga that you seen back then was dead pop. Yeah, and then we take what you got, or headshots, tear locks, cover the safe or something. C put me D. I'm hot like a boiling pot. Cruise turnpikes. Blast just to watch you run mics. If I strike a match, shit gon' stop like red lights. Bitch niggas, fair hikes like cats, scared mice. I was killing that shit back then. You know, caution was hot, you know, and I was wild too, man. You know, trying to be a little young, tough nigga. I wasn't built like that. You know what I mean? I'll fight you. I was one of them niggas that'll fight you, and I'll shoot it. I would have shot a nigga back in the day too. You know what I mean? On some real shit, just to try to prove that I wasn't sweet and I wasn't no sucker. But at the end of the day, I was a little wilder than I thought than I know I am now. Back then, it was more. I ain't have no kids. I was smoking weed. That's another thing. You know what I mean? And this is and we was a good group. We was a healthy group and wealthy group. We was together making money and shit. We was doing our thing, selling units and shit like that. To the point we was in the studio with Ab Lava, Dirty Reek, El De Niro. You know what I'm saying? We did a track with Miss Jade when she first came out. You know, we was in the studio, you know, smoking weed with these people, you know, with these artists. And I remember being on our little tour. We was in a hotel with the Figgas. This when the Figgas was popping. We was in a hotel with the Figgas. You know, I'm sitting right next to Spade on the floor. We smoking weed, passing weed back and forth. And that's when they was spitting that joint. They was spitting some shit. I forgot what Spade was spitting, but I think it was the bounce. If you feeling this here, all my niggas, are you still in the air? There was trouble around here. What you niggas ain't heard? Major Figures. And they was all saying that shit together. And I was like right there witnessing the shit. It was me and my man Drez witnessing the shit like, wow, this is how they operate. You know what I'm saying? But make a long story short, they left. You know what I'm saying? They rolled out. They did their show that night. They was on a radio station that night. And this one, they was going through their little beef with the Rockefeller. And they was on a radio station that night. They left after they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? Gilly did business with Danny Diamonds. You know what I'm saying? And they handled their business and kept it moving from there. So we had a good, you know, time. It was definitely a good experience with the Figgas. You know what I mean? It was very popular at the time. And however, you know, it was my man Rona was on the hooks a lot. You know, I was on a few hooks with Miss J. I did the jump with Miss Jade, and Miss Jade, it was called Let's Go, and Miss Jade was rapping, and I was on a hook, and we had Chase on there, Rona on there, and however, you know, we all was tight, but the group started to split up because everybody was on a different levels of certain, you know, going certain ways. You know, I was on that little thug shit, smoking weed, getting high. It was me, Nate Driz. We just knew we was gangster. You know what I mean? Niggas ain't know how the jail cell felt. You know what I mean? Until I got locked up. To know that shit ain't no place to be, boy. I'm telling you, especially when you love money, pussy, and comfort zone, that's not the place to be. So, had my experience with that after this later on in the years. That's a whole nother story. But however, we ain't at a young age, you don't know what you about to get into until you get into it. And thank God we ain't get into nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? But however, you know, we went our separate ways, Glistout, due to the fact that, you know, everybody just wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, people was having kids and everybody, you know, was on different levels. You know, you had Rona and Chase. It was Rona, Chase, and Casper. They was, you know, down with Eddie Hustle. And this was after the whole roller situation. Like, Dan Diamonds, man, let me tell you something. Because I know I skipped a few parts, but Dan Diamonds, I'm trying to beat to the punch. You know what I'm saying? But we went out Ohio. We fought motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Beat motherfuckers up and all that extra shit. You know what I mean? Stayed in hotels. We went to Delaware knocking Jones down and all that extra shit. It was crazy. Like, the whole little, you know, getting a little fame was crazy. And however, we was in the building with Elektra, Missy and them label with Timberland. We was in front of Roller. God rest his soul. We was in front of Roller. Dan Diamonds. Roller asked Dan Diamonds to pick out his, his two that he needed, that he wanted to be on the label or whatever. And it was Chase and Rona that, that was about to sign with Black Friday, which Roller son liked it. Me and Driz and them, and all of us when we went too. So we was kind of trying to figure out why he wasn't looking for the whole group, but he only needed a few. But however, that situation ain't really work out due to some legal issues. However, we had moved on. They went with Eddie Hustle, Dark Child, and that situation with them ain't really work out. I moved out of town and shit. Nate got murdered. You know what I'm saying? That tore everything apart too. Nate was murdered. And it was pretty much that the group wasn't, on the same level. Everybody was doing their own thing, and it just wasn't. They tried to call for meetings, and nobody just wasn't. Everybody was doing their own thing, and it was some deeper shit behind the scenes. I can't really get all into details about it, but however, because it'd be long if I did get into details. But that's what it was, and that's how Glistout broke up. The Glistout didn't last because everybody was going their separate ways doing their own thing. Driz got his apartment. Driz was the first one to get his own crib before everybody else moved out of their mom house and shit. I moved out of town right after Nate got killed. You know what I'm saying? Started living in Jersey till 2006 and came back to Philly. That's when I started Afro Records, when I came back to Philly. But rest in peace, Danny Diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, NATO. Shout out to DJ Casper. Chase, Rona. Shout out to Driz, JK, Bugs. I love you guys, man. And we had our history together. I just had to put a little, imprint on, our history of what we've been through. And we had some good times. We had some fun times. All of us was positive brothers. None of us was, completely disrespectful towards one another. We always had grown man respect for each other, And however, I want y'all to raise y'all children, take it to the next level on owning these businesses out here. And the world need to know who Glistout was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody need to, for those who, see the Glistout on YouTube and hear about Glistout, but don't really know the story of it, But those who do know the story of it will, respect this whole, the message that I'm revealing in history that I'm, disclosing to everyone that knew about our status in Glistout. But however, we are grown now. I'll be 35. Brother getting up there, you know what I'm saying? I was like 19 years old when Glistout was popping, you dig? Like 17, 18, you know what I mean? We run across 4 Jones a day. Knocking off like 4 Jones a day. It was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I had a good time coming up, man. I could say I really had fun, coming up. I could really say I lived my life, and it ain't over. We getting into this real estate right now. I run Afro Records. I'm seeking different artists right now. We got Rona still doing beats, Casper doing his thing over there with Dark Child, you know what I mean? Chase still doing his thing, taking care of his kids, family. I'm taking care of my kids' family, Rona too. You know what I'm saying? And JK definitely taking care of his family. Driz, welcome home, Driz. He just came home from doing a little stretch, you know what I mean, about 4 years or some shit like that. Welcome home, my brother. And he got back to the paper as soon as he got out, But I just had to, keep y'all updated on the future and where Glistout stand at this point in time, 2017, And y'all have a good one, man. Peace and love to everybody. Your boy DaAge, aka DaAge, aka Age One, aka Caution, aka Mark, 23rd and Diamond. You dig me? Peace.